Audio test. Audio test. Winner. See you in a minute. Hello there. Welcome everybody to Lights Out League Racing Season 23 Race 4, and it looks like it's a rainy Interlagos. I called it earlier. It's the first raining race of the season, and I've been looking forward to this race all week. You know, I absolutely love Brazil. And I'm glad I'm not racing this. Does it look like full wets? We'll have to see once the cars are out, but yeah, apologies for those that watched last week. We had a couple of technical difficulties. The technical difficulties being I had too much to drink and I didn't click on my party chat, so Dave was basically talking to a wall. But what's different there? So yes, Interlagos, one of my favourite tracks. Absolutely love it. 4.3 kilometres, 2 DRS zones, 15 corners, 2 left, 5 right. Anti-clockwise track, which isn't as uncommon as it used to be. Like, there only used to be like a good 4 or 5 tracks, but now we've had additions of tracks like Saudi Arabia and Vegas and stuff. So they're becoming a lot more fashionable, I like to say. Jump in, Chubbs, whenever you're ready, mate. We're expecting you to spin off whenever, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I've been calling rain the last few days. I've been saying it. Let's set my bits up. So everyone is out on wets. Everyone is out on wets apart from Barca at the moment, but he's still in the pits. Very wet track. I don't know if anyone's going to mention whether it's going to be a dry race at all, but we'll see by some of the times. Let's have a look who's first. Ox is first, so we'll wait for him to go around. But this track is known to be a quite temperamental track in regards to its weather. With its location just outside of Sao Paulo, it's known as Land of the Drizzle, because 1 minute it could be pissing down like it is now, and the next minute it could be glorious sunshine. So what we'll do is we'll jump on board Ox as we go around a trap, and he reaches, slows down, brings it down to turn 1 and 2, the centre S, a downhill braking. You want to not cover that curve too much and have a good open up round turn 3, round Curva do Sol. I'd say open up DRS. Oh, he's very wobbly there, down the Rita Oposta. But it's a good opportunity to overtake onto turn 4 and 5 around Decido de Lago, and a little bit downhill. You don't want to go too wide, don't want to touch that curve either, especially if it's wet. Go climb uphill slightly, up the straight behind the pit boxes, and turning on to turns 6 and 7 around Ferradura. Again, going as fast as you can, not going off too wide, otherwise you get the track warnings. Slowest part of the track here. Going down round our turn 9 and Pinarino. Don't mess up that traction. No one's going to try and overtake you, though. That'd be absolutely silly. Keep it close on this right hairpin-like corner, but you want to open up that throttle, set yourself up for the end of sector 2, coming up to turn 12 junction. Now you want to go in as tight as possible, get a good rotation, foot down on the throttle, and then there's a 3 kink corner straight here. Bring around the DRS zone, and we will see plenty of overtakes coming here, and then you bring it on the left hand side as close as you can to, he doesn't do it here, but as close as you can to minimise track distance, and he comes in with 1 of 20.55. I couldn't tell you if that's good or not. I haven't done much practice at all in wet conditions, but Ox is currently I think he's 4th position in the standings currently, so he's got good pace about him. We'll have to see how the other cars get on. Let's see who we've got coming around. Let's watch Barster's on the inters and comes to 21. He might be on the wrong tyre here. He's probably gone out and given it a go, but Ox on a faster tyre, and Adam goes in on second on 26. So yeah, I think we're getting a good barometer of what the times are currently. You probably want to do a few laps. I think people might have a bit of fuel in the tank, so as they're going round, you might see 1 or 2 quicker laps. So we'll just double check Oxford's sector time here, see if he has sped off, and he is 4 tenths up. And so yes, get your tyres warmed up, empty some of that fuel, and we'll see these times drop. Western Sargate both set a lap. Let's follow Wayne here. So Wayne is filling in for us for Legends. And Oxford's going to take a pole position again at 20.0. I think the cars are slowing down on sector 3 there. Comes in the 22.4, probably setting himself a banker lap. His first race with us on LOLR racing. Amadi coming in on 20.4. Oxford's time looking good currently, but I think he was first out and emptied his tank a little bit more than others. So so we've got Wayne who's filling in for us kindly tonight for Legends in the Alpine. We've also got Geezer. I think he's a Welsh guy, Liverpool fan, so he gets one of these. And also, great game on Sunday, but very unfortunate. But good friends with people like Adam and Portuguese. Portuguese, I think, just gone around a little bit slow on his first, trying to warm his tyres up, probably not wasting any of that tyre wear. Going to go out on a better lap, you reckon, now? Missing a couple of people. I think Jax is going to join us. I haven't messaged. Good evening, Dave. He hasn't messaged that he's coming in. Just have a quick check. He hasn't joined us. Send me a quick invite. And I think Chubbs is joining us. The legend is Chubbs, but it's a bit risky. He very much goes off on the dry. And AJ comes in with 20.026 and just nipping that provisional pole. Great lap from him. He's always fighting near the top. But always get caught out in the last minute by one or two. But we've got just to come around. He missed last week. Unfortunately, take it really slow around there. Like you normally about to follow that. Looks like he's going a bit slow here. I think he's setting himself up another lap. So let's follow. We'll put a beast round. Look very tentative round turn 4 here. It's a tricky one. Let me just invite Jax. Get him in, see if he can join. Right, oh no, he's in now. He's in, he's online. Oh, slow! God damn it. There he is. Join us. Just slowing down there for him. Coming up to the end of sector 2, and he is 3 seconds down. He's having a bit of trouble here, but John Jubbs is in and out. What's going on with him? Jubbs is back in. Looks like there, but he's in. Looks like he's retired. And Beast comes in with a 95, so gained a lot of time in that last sector, and that's half a second on provisional pole above everybody else. Great lap there. And like I say, I think people are going to be warm up those tyres, emptying that fuel. We'll see these times drop. We've got Sygate around here. He's a little bit down on his time. He's probably doing a little bit of bank lap unless these timings are a bit off. It's definitely 6 seconds down, which is correct. So did well last week. Baku was a tricky track for a lot of people. We only had 7 finishers, and with the penalties, Sygate was finishing 6th. And oh no, great save. He's doing well with his teammate Ferrari, currently on top of the leaderboard for constructors, just ahead of Aston Martin and Mercedes. So great team play, and like we keep saying, if you're having a bad race, still finish, because you'll get those points as constructors, and it's working out for Amadi and Sygate. So great job. Big Racky in the pits currently. Unfortunately, with the EA fucking about, messed us about last week and couldn't invite anybody. Hello there, Dave. Welcome. Big shout out to our sponsor, Seb. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but he's always a legend in our eyes. So I hope he does watch this. And Ox takes provisional pole at 91. Yeah, 4/10 ahead of Portuguese Beast there. So these times are dropping. Is it clearing up at all as the rain subsided a little bit? Is that helping? But one or two are trying the inters. Are they going to? They're all in the pits currently, but they might be coming out. Don't worry, Chubbs. You're in on the grid, so like I say, last time you started at the back, didn't you? And yeah, missed that first corner carnage. Hopefully you'll be in the race. Can anyone tell me if it's going to be a wet race, or are we going to leave it to a surprise? Are we going to leave it to a guess? So let's find Devils. He hasn't done that much practice on this track. He is currently at 4 seconds down. It is tricky in these conditions. I'd be exactly the same. And Dan Morris is out. I don't know where he's lost it. I didn't see that, but yeah, he's lost it. And so that's the best he's going to be. I think he's going to drop a little bit. Yeah, you should be fine, Chubbs. You never know with this bloody game. If you've got jumping in late, it doesn't like it. Throws everything out. So apart from Devils, is he going to go around again? We'll keep a watch. But everyone else is in the pits waiting for a last run out, and I think they're going to come out, maybe do 1 or 2 laps and then go for a big third one. I think yeah, you want to enter that fuel but warm the tyres up at the same time. Yeah, so last week was interesting. Amadi won it. First race that hasn't been won by Beat, so good job with him. And it was a tricky track. Ox doing a great job finishing second, and Bellamy, who isn't with us this week, coming in 3rd place on the track. So great performance from him as well. I haven't heard where he is. We'll chase him down. Hopefully he's just forgotten. So I don't know where Jax is. He's not. Just message him 1 second. We'll see what he says. But yeah, I don't know how many of you have done this track. It's a fun track. I love that middle section. This section here is like a carking zone. Sector 2, absolutely love it. Slow corners, throttle, slow corners, throttle. If you get on the traction, great. You can get nicks and little overtakes. But yeah, coming down to the turn 10, it's called the Duckbill. Oh, Linazuka in here. One or two many whiskies there, mate. Catch jumping up to P2. Great lap from here, 19.3. He's been missing those couple of races, but he's still showing what he's got there with a lovely 19.3 there. Let's see what Lindsay can get here. We'll watch him go round. I think he's on his inter, so it is a little bit tricky. Everyone's jumping into, so it has subsided a little bit. So we should see these times drop. So I reckon maybe mid 18s. You reckon early 18s if it dries up in the next couple of minutes. Have a say in the chat, whoever's watching. I could not tell you, and I think trying to warm up his tyres there. Let's see who's coming around. The Red Bull, I think. There it is. So let's watch AJ come. Doing his outlap now. We'll follow him round, see what he can do. He's currently in P6. That was on a wet time though, so let's see what he can pull out. And the centre S is here. You want to tuck in on the left, tuck in on the right, and then just opens up the curve of the slope. Oh, a little bit slippy, so these inters are a little bit tricky. Track seems a little wet. You might want to warm your tyres up a little bit more. Around here, coming down the Cedar to Largo. When it's dry, you want to go as wide as possible, as much speed as possible. Opening up that corner here. Risky to overtake there, but yeah, I've seen it done. As much speed as possible. It's difficult with these enters. And Wesker with an 18.9. Great lap from there, from him there. Mr. I eat absolutely nothing but shit. And I'm actually meaning literal shit. His food looks disgusting. But yeah, at least he can pull a lap out. I think he does say he's not very fast, but at least he say he's currently on provisional pole. Adamako jumping up to P2, so Oscar's lap is still looking good. It's tricky conditions from everybody. Let's just jump back on AJ as he's coming up. And he jumps up to the provisional pole with an 18.7. These times are going to drop. Fast going P4. Oxox jumping again up to provisional pole in 18.5. These times are tumbling. There's only 2.5. No, 2.5. What an absolute moron. It will be 2.5 minutes soon. But these times are going to drop. Beast now jumping 18.3. He's going to follow around. He's coming around. There's a Ferrari. It's Sidegate on a lap. Is he going to jump up? It's 89. Great lap from him though. Get another lap round. Anyone can make a mistake in these conditions. Amity. What are we going to see from him? Up to P5. Last week's winner. Currently P5, but you've got time to get that TRS back in storage. Take an out lap and go back again if he's fueled himself up enough. Who's we got coming round here? It's a Mercedes. It's Adam. It's not a splash back. He's gone an out lap, so he's going again. I think he's going again. Yeah, he's going again. He's going again. McLaren following next. It's Barter. It's a out lap again. Who's the Red Bull? AJ, another out lap. They're all doing these out laps, so these next laps coming through will be the ones that they're going to want to set. So that's Beastie's going around for his out lap. But, and Beastie's got another pass for 18.2. Time to drop him with him, and I thought that would have been an out lap for him, but no, he's just gone all out attack from Portuguese. He's gone for United formation at the weekend. He's Harry Maguire with his 5 head at front. These times are going to be dropping. Amity jumping over, hasn't improved yet. McLaren, not Barter, is it Jeff? No, McLaren. Wesker setting his lap now. He's currently P4. Stargate disqualified for going the wrong way. Now that's new. I must start this game. He's probably... this game. He's probably sitting there letting cars go past, and this game's penalised him for it. What an absolute outrage. What a fucking liberty. Sorry, Stargate. You can never... When it's one thing, it's another. It's bloody game. AJ, 17.9 in the 17s. Versa there. He's got time to do another lap though. He's nicked in there. Great lap from him. We're following Oxox. Portuguese, 17.6. These times are tumbling. What can Oxox do? And he goes to provisional pole with a 17.3. And I don't know if he's got time for another lap. I don't know if he'll do another. He went quite wide there. Giza up to P4. Great lap from him on his LOLR debut. Cats taking position P4. Big Raki jumped up to P6 with an 18.7. Linzukin and Wayne have both finished. Amity, P4. I think he'd probably look a bit better, want to go a bit better than that, but it is tricky conditions. Wesker P5. These times, Devils coming P15 with a 21.2. AJ's not doing a lap here. Portuguese Beast, Oxlock, who's first? It's Beast. Oh no, who's the Mercedes? Let's see what Adam can do. He's currently P10. He's nearly a second up. It's going to be P5 for him. Great lap. I think it's Barton next. Let's see what he can do. He's not that much up in his time. He'll be quite disappointed. I'd say he's P10. We've got Portuguese Beast finishing P2. What will AJ do? He's not on a fast lap at all. and what's Ox, he's gone into the pit. So, what a qualifying that was. Yeah, don't you love a wet race? Let's hope the race is wet too, but you never know what you're going to get. And Ox with a fantastic pole position. Portuguese coming second, and AJ third on the step of the. He's going to get an interview with David Coulthard, isn't he? He's going to love that. But don't let this fool you. I'm not sure if it's a dry race or not. No one's actually mentioned at all, but some people might have setups set ready for the race. But who knows? I fucking love rain. I love rain. I love it. I love rain. So, put in the chat who you reckon's going to be on the podium for the race. My predictions are going to be. It's going to be. I'm going to root Ox. I'm going to root Ox for this. I'm going to go for him. He has his troubles. He has his spins, and let's go just through the classifications. So we've got Ox P1, Portuguese, and P2, and AJ 6/10 behind on P3. Imity joining me on the second row. They've got Adamako, Wesker, Cats and Catamies on the same row. They'll be absolutely chummy about that, like cat chum. We've got Keys with a great quali on his first race on P9, and then Big Racky round up the top 10. Barca P11, he'd be disappointed by that. Linazukan, Wayne, and Dan Morris, who crashed out. Don't know what happened to him, but he's probably span off. He did say before the race. Devils, Jesper, and then we've got Chubbs and Sygate, who got disqualified for that absolute mare of a decision. Let me just... no one press too quickly if you're listening. Just got to invite Jack. So, yeah, I'm going to go for Ox. I'm going to go for Adam. Let's go for AJ. Come on, let's mix this up. We want to see some fight at the end of the season for that. Let's just see if I can invite Jax again. See if he can get in the race. I sent him another invite, so let's see if he can come in. Yes, so as you see, it's dry currently. So yeah, people probably did have their setup finally tuned for these conditions. It's going to be a one-stop strategy. I'd say mediums to softs or softs to hards. You only really want to pit once. It's one of the longest pit lanes on the F1 calendar. Who is Matt? Oh, Matt Tiwas, Wagwan. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But we're getting underway. There's no formation lap. And it's 5 lights. And we're away in a second. I want tyres. There we go. And we're away. And Ox is still at the front. And AJ and Portuguese battling. Will AJ, he's on the inside line, but Portuguese has got the run out into turn 3. And Big Racky drops a couple of places, Sygate, and Chubb's just battling at the back, but Ox has got a nice little gap there. Imity just battling with AJ. Does he get the inside track? He just nips in front. Adam is looking to battle as well and get ahead of AJ. AJ has just gone offline. He is a little bit weak and out of position. Dan Morris, has he slightly span off for his head collision? I don't know. But he just sort his head out. Catamies and Wesker here battling. Wesker just getting ahead. Academy's starting on the softs here with Sygate, so he's gone for the softs, potentially hard, or unless he's got good Barca overtaking Academy. Academy's going to want to capitalise on these tyres. It's going to be difficult, especially when DRS comes in, but I don't know what his tyre wear is going to be like, because yeah, it's hard on the tyres. It has been resurfaced. Barcelona jumping his teammate. They're not going to want to scrap too much there and lose too much time. Wesker's probably let Barca pass. They'll probably work together to work their way up. They're not going to want to come out of DRS zone when that activates. But yeah, that's a stupid angle. Ox still ahead of Portuguese Beast and Armadi in third. AJ just slightly off in fourth with Adam Mako, and Cat's keeping his P6, which is a good position for him. He wants to maintain this. I think when I've raced him before, he's had good a good show on this track. Had a bit of a mare last week, but many did on Baku. It is a tricky one, and it's very Wayne and Chubbs there battling. Chubbs in the Alpine filling in for us tonight. Very last minute addition, so I don't know how his setup's like, but we shall see. And we've got Linda Zukin is the only one on hards. He's probably hoping for a potential safety car, or either that or he's just had too many whiskies. Giza doing a great overtake. They're not going to want to battle too hard. A little bit of battling there, and Lindsay can loses a couple of places, but yeah, a little bit risky there. I wouldn't want to be in Stargate with a first-time penalty. So yeah, it is a risky track for penalties, especially on turn 4, because you're going to want to push down on the throttle as much as possible. And then going around Ferradura, you want to go wide to keep as much speed going around there, but it is hard to keep it on track 2. And then if you get into too tight on the corners, you tend to cut them a bit too much. So Dan working his way up the field after his early setback, but up to P16 past Chubbs. Let's have a look. DRS is activated, so we should see a little bit of action here, hopefully. And Portuguese Beast will be looking. Let me just put telemetry on. I don't want that one. There we go. Want to see what people have got in the tank. So yeah, Ox has actually didn't realise he's not had to use much of his ERS yet. Armady has drained his, so he might be susceptible if he's still within range. But AJ has dropped out of the DRS zone. Wayne getting his first penalty of LOLR. Welcome to the club, my friend. Welcome to the club. Devils and Chubbs having a little battle there. We've got AJ right at the back of Ahmed D. No, we don't. We've got Adam right at the back of D. Will he look to take him? AJ's going to want a little bit squirt of ERS to try and get back into that detection zone, but he does drop out, and he will be susceptible to an overtake from Adam here, who's put in a solid performance this season, very consistent, up and near around the end. He does had an unfortunate. Catamese. What's happened to Catamese? He's dropped. I missed that incident. Did he have a spinner incident? We'll find out later. But Adanato takes that with comfortable position up to P4. We lost then. Catamese. Is he having a bit of a spin here? Chubbs, great overtake. A little bit of a wheel action there with Devils, but makes the overtake, pushes him a little bit wide, but makes it stick. Great overtake there by Chubbs. I think Catamese probably got a bit of hot tyres, maybe had a bit of a spin, had another little spin again, but he's probably going to hope for a safety car to get himself back in contention. If he can jump on hards. Chubbs on the overtake there, showing his experience here on Jesper, working his way up. Considering this guy said he didn't have a setup, and that's why he didn't do quali straight off the bat. Great show from him. Just 2 McLarens there, sticking well. Going to want to work together, like I said. West is sticking with Bars, but he is dropping quite quickly away from AJ. AJ sticking with Adamako. But yeah, dropped from the top 3. The top 3 close together, and is Amadi going to try and take Portuguese? And he's on the inside. What a silly angle, and Amadi makes it stick, but Portuguese going to try and fight back on the DRS zone. Come around the Curva del Sol there. DRS open. With that battling, brings in Adamako and AJ, so we're now in a top 5 all close together, all within a couple of seconds of each other, 2.5 seconds with each other. And this track can be entertaining that way. You can have a bit of a gap, and then a little bit fighting on these slow corners can bring people in play. So Amadi with Portuguese, they're not going to battle too much. They're not going to let Ox get out of that DRS zone. So potentially these 2 very fast drivers are going to want to work together to not let him pull away out of that detection zone. So let's just have a look at a couple of see where people have No, don't want that, right. I don't want that. There we go, right. I've had a week off. I'm rusty, right. So yeah, some big boys. Unfortunately, Wayne's dropped 9, Catamy's dropped 9. Sorry, Wayne dropped 6, Catamy's dropped 9. Big move for Jack's up. Oh, Jack's with us. Good day, mate. I must have started the back, but he's up 7. Great show from him. Who've we lost to 1? It looks like McLaren Barca's maybe had a bit of a collision here. Got Big Racky up right behind him. And Jesper is in the pits. Here, switching onto the hard. So didn't like this mediums. Maybe had a bit of an incident. He's having a wing change there. So yeah, had a bit of an incident. So he's gone hard. Hopefully want to eke them out to the end. It's going to be quite risky with that. Tyre wear is a bit of a trouble here. Although it's been resurfaced, the track is quite bumpy and it's quite tricky on these on the braking zones. You've got 1 or 2 hard braking zones, especially on turn 1. So we've got the top 3 all within DRS range. Adam Mako just outside, but he has AJ coming in tow. Nearly 3 seconds behind Wesker. We've got Katz with him. Barca down to P8. 3.5 seconds, so there's a bit of a gap there for him to make up. Must have had a collision with Big Racky. And Amity battling there with Oxox. Oxox keeps in P1, but Amity is going to try and fight back with DRS. Going into turn 4. Yeah, it's not really a place to overtake. You're going to want to conserve your energy. Follow round through that second sector and make that overtake onto the back straight. So we got quite close. AJ sticking with Adam. We're probably going to want to work together to make those overtakes. Catamy's utilising those soft tyres, overtaking down Rita Aposta, and yeah, makes that one stick over Devils. Great overtake. Yeah, surprised he's been pushing I think he's been pushing the limits for those softs and got himself a little bit of a early penalty, which you don't want on this track. Penalties are gonna they're gonna play their part later on down the line. We've got Giza, Linazukan, and Big Racky all sticking with Barca there, so Barca is gonna want to try and keep that lead ahead of them. It's a big gap to fill unless there's going to be some battling ahead. And Linazukan overtaking Giza. Is he going to let him pass being teammates? Well, I wouldn't say let him pass, but yeah, you don't want any battling there after last time. But Giza might overtake him again. They are on different strategies, of course, so I wouldn't battle too hard. That just don't have any collisions, and that's great racing by those pair. Yeah, this mid sector. Big Racky used all his ERS. I've noticed he does that all the time. I'm going to have a word with him. He needs to keep that under control. Oh yeah, this mid sector. It's left, right, up, down. It's like a roller coaster. This mid section. I absolutely love it. Let's have a look who's close though. Amity right up behind Oxox. Oxox does have better. Sector 2 if we lost. And it looks like Devils had a spin there. Chubbs with a penalty. Chubbs being Chubbs. And Amity taking the lead of the race ahead of Oxox. Oxox has better ERS currently. So he can fight back in the DRS zone here. He opens it up down the Rita Aposta. Is he going to make the overtake or is he going to wait? He gets right up behind AJ, taking Adamako, jumping up to P4. But they're battling, and Adamako wheel to wheel there to keep on the inside. But is Adam going to slot behind? He does. It would have been a risky two cars around that corner. It's a tricky one as it is, let alone going 2 car wide. So Devils speeding in the pit lane. I always give myself one of those Italian hand gestures whenever that happens, because I always do it myself. I did it on Monday. I was absolutely fuming on Monday. Oh, I tell you what, whoever didn't know, Monday I got my highest qualifying position ever. Ooh, Catamy's with a back end slide there. My highest ever qualifying position of P2. Yeah, boy! But I was slotted to the post by this guy. GG's to him. We beat off a couple of other faster drivers in the league, but yeah, he nipped me by a couple of tenths. So yeah, good on him, and it's nice to see him back on the grid with us, going nicely with Dan Morris in tow behind him. So Linazukin and Big Raki trying to make the overtake, but Linazukin just behind. Is he going to try and overtake him? Oh, pushing him round the corner. He should take him. Big Raki's got no ERS. Who's he lost on? And who's that gone? Who's gone round? It looks like Chubbs on the straight. Linazukin taking back the place. Chubbs has gone round. He's going to have to go in the pits. He's probably got wing damage. He is on the medium, so he can hard. Don't speed. Chubbs being Chubbs. What did you do? It'll be nice to know what you did. So we're coming around on lap 11. There's a wing change for him. No, just a tyre change. He's gone up to soft, so yeah, I think he's potentially... Is he... I don't know, I would have tried a hard and maybe hope for a safety car later on, maybe? I don't know, but... I don't know. If anyone's going to cause a safety car, it will be him. AJ taking back P4. He's going to try and stick with Adamak. Adamak is going to try and stick with him. Come around the curve of the Soul. Open that DRS. Look, I think he's a bit too far behind to make his stick. Dan Morris just jumping Jackson to P12. He's going to follow him around that sector too. But yeah, we're seeing some of these overtakes down the finish straight there. We've got close, and Linazukin jumping Big Raki with his teammate Kizagiza right up back. These three cars. Will Kizagiza try and take Big Raki during this sector? Big Raki is susceptible with no ERS. He's literally drained. Does he have it on permanently? I wonder if he has it on permanently. He just always seems to not have any. But he's gonna have DRS, but he's gonna be in trouble, I think. Let's see if we get on the start finish straight here. So Ox right up behind Armady and Portuguese Beast. These three sticking close together, 3 seconds ahead of AJ and Adamako. Ox going to take P1. Armady's not going to fight it because he knows it's going to be to and fro, but they are going to be susceptible. Beast is right upside behind them. He's dropped a little bit, so he's not as close as I expected. Kizagiza jumping Big Raki, and Armady takes back P1. Great battling from these three, keeping it nice and clean. I think I wonder if Beast is going to be doing his first race of the season tactic of just sticking behind and nipping it right at the end. We're a third way through the race, plenty of overtakes already. Maka and AJ keeping it nice and close. With AJ there, a bit of a lock up. Kind of doing their own race, but they're good friends, these pair, with Wesker, who's got a bit of gap behind, but they're going to want to finish ahead of each other for bragging rights. A great show from Cat, still currently in P7. Dropped a little bit from the drivers ahead of him, but keeping it consistent, a little bit in no man's land. He'll be happy with that. Keeping it consistent. You never know what will happen ahead with battling or people making mistakes. So, yeah, keeping that consistent. We've got Barcelona in P8, who's 4.5 seconds, and Big Raki making the overtake of Kizagiza again. Catching us with another penalty. He's going to be absolutely kicking himself. He's going to be absolutely purring in a bad way, if that's possible. To you, Cats. They're going to play havoc later. Is Kizagiza going to try the overtake again on Big Raki? No, it doesn't have enough track to make it down there. So we're just watching going down the ferry over that. Got Adamako right up behind AJ now. Just coming round the duck beak, heading towards junction here. AJ's going to want to get good traction, otherwise he's going to be susceptible to the overtake from AJ. That DRS is going to open. He's not using that much ERS currently, but he's going to capitalise on the DRS and takes the overtake up to P4. Great overtake with plenty of room. Amadi right up behind Amadi. Portuguese beast up behind Amadi. Barca with a 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane. Italian hand gesture. Italian hand gesture. What are you doing? And Jack Daniels with the same. It's a tricky pit lane, this one. With it because it kinks round, you can be caught off guard. What tyres are switching on? Jack's on the hards. Barca's dumped onto the mediums. It's a tricky one because that pit line comes up quite quickly. So, but you're still getting one. You should know better. You don't really want to pit more than once on this. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, you don't want to pit more than once. It's one of the longest pit lanes in the F1 calendar. It's almost 22 seconds just the actual pit stop, and then you've got the actual pit exit, which comes out the exit of Cover de Sol. So it does take a while, and yeah, that you're in a tricky get pushed around the corner there. Barca on Katamis. Katamis will not like that. He is on older tyres, but there is a little bit of rivalry here. Linazukin in the pits, Wesker's in the pits, Adamako's in the pits. He's trying to do the undercut on AJ. I have a feeling that Katamis has got to jump in the pits now. 14-old. Oh, he's gone round again. He's got no grip on those tyres now, surely. Hards for Adam. Wesker's on hard as well, and Linazukin jumping on those mediums. So 20 laps on mediums, that'll be quite tricky, mate. You will have less fuel, but it's going to be tricky. So first of the quote marks front runners, we've got Adamako. Like I say, he's going to try and do that undercut on AJ, trying to eke a few seconds out. So he's going to want a quick out lap here. He's got Dan Rush just ahead of him. Don't think Dan want to hold him up too much with older tyres, being teammates. Either that will give him DRS down the pit straight. I think Adam probably would like that. But I think Dan would just pull out of the way, not hinder him too much. Adam does go on the... is Dan going to pit here? Dan does jump in the pits, and Adam gets that DRS. So great teamwork there. Adam will be absolutely thrilled with that. We've got Katz jumping in the pits. Dan, like I said, Dan's going in the pits. He'll be jumping on hards. Katz has jumped on hards also. So, but Barca with the fastest lap of a 1:10.5 on his mediums. Will we see people eke these mediums out and jump on softs? I think it's highly possible. If you do a good 20, I reckon do about 22 laps on these. A bit tricky, but these three still sticking with each other like jizz on a tissue. Wayne with another penalty there. It's going to be first of many, mate, with us. We always pushing the limits in this league. And any of them jumping in the pits, and Portuguese Beast jumping in first, going to make that undercut. He's going to want to make that undercut, so he'll have the advantage near the start. But and AJ jumps in as well. He'll have a good idea of how effective the undercut is when he comes out. Yeah, he's going to want to try and get that jump on Oxox Armady. Track position is always key, especially if you're out of DRS zone. So Keith Weaver jumping in the pits here. And Adamako does jump AJ. He's just coming out now. Adamako down. Adamako is battling. I don't think he's going to want that too much. Overtaking Big Raki. Had a bit of DRS which helped him, but he is about 3 seconds ahead of AJ. So that's a 3-second undercut. Ooh, he lost to sector 2 there. It looks like, is it a Haas? No, it's not a Haas. Was it Chubbs? I think it was Chubbs. Chubbs being Chubbs. Chubbs are a cats. So Cubs are a chat. Cubs are a chats. Cubs are a cats. Cubs are a cats. It's cat rated. Feline crazy. So it's got 20 seconds. Like I say, pit stops about 22 seconds or so. Push your pit exit. So he could get a big jump here, and the other two have not decided to pit yet, so they will have advantage later. I think they're going to look at potentially doing the mediums to softs, so they will have advantage later. Wesker jumping Big Racky, who's jumped into the pits himself, so he will probably jump on hards with the amount of laps he's got left. Benson Barter up to P8, and he does jump on those hards. Katamise has got to be in the pits. What is this guy doing? He's a madman. He's just going to drop positions. I know you've got your penalties, mate, but come on, use your head. Like, what you're over halfway through. You're over halfway through. Jump on your mediums. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Are you waiting for a safety car? It's the only thing I can think, but it's a dry race. It's a dry race. And I think if rain was coming as well, he would have started on hards. Like, come on, mate, pit. Unless your pit entrance is blocked. Yeah, Chubb's at the back there. He must have had a spin on his softs. He's going in the pits again. Oh, he's done it again! Chubbs being Chubbs. Oh, he's retired. He's probably had enough. Yeah, it's when you've got no setup and you jump in last minute, which we're very thankful for. But yeah, he's one spin too many. But I enjoy going Chubbs being Chubbs. So we've got the top two here sticking with each other. Haven't pitted yet. They've got to pit surely. And Devil's picking up another penalty there. They've got to pit probably in the next couple of laps. But each time Portuguese is eking out those seconds. He's now 17.5 seconds behind. He'll probably have about a 5-second gap. So if the others on a faster tyre can drop that gap, it will be an exciting end. We've lost... is that Devils? It wasn't Devils. Who was it? I did not see. Anyway, I'm still going round yet, so I reckon they've got another couple of laps. Yeah, default setups are crap, mates. That's why children use them only. You should have said. I'm sure someone would have dropped you a quick setup. Is Oxox going to try and do the overtake? Amity fighting hard there, but Oxox has the DRS and makes a great overtake. They're not going to want to fight too hard. They're going to drop these seconds. Portuguese Beast now nearly 16 seconds behind. It's a second in a lap he's gained. So these guys have got to look at pitting, but they must be jumping on softs. That's the only reason I can think that they're going any longer than they are. So, come on, Captain. Are you pitting? Are you pitting? He's an absolute madman. He's an absolute madman. He's going to want absolute prime tyres, isn't he? He's going to want prime tyres, but you've got no grip. I want to know what who've lost. Jester. Unlucky Jester. Nothing there. Had a bit of a spin off. I don't think he was that close behind somebody. He's going in the pits, don't speed. And they're in the pits now. Oh no, Oxox will be absolutely gutted. Italian hand gesture. Oh, that's going to scupper his chances for the lead. Oh, he did this last week as well. Oh, he's got to get used to that. Amity and yeah, they both jumped on those softs. Oh, so it's got. I'm gutted for you, mate. Portuguese taking that lead. Adamaco jumping into P2 as they're coming round. And AJ into P3, so they've actually dropped a few places. Those tyres will have advantage, but how much will they drop off in the 14 laps that they're expecting to get, 14, 15 laps that they're expected to get out of them? These hard tyres will obviously, like you all know, will last longer, but they're not as quick. So Adamaco is doing well on it. How did he? He's got some speed on these tyres, Adamaco. Half a second behind Portuguese Beast. So I'd say we've got potentially now. We've got 4 cars potentially fighting for the lead of this race. Oh, it's all going to come to us at the end of this race. Wayne jumping in the pits there for some softs. He's going to want to try and fastest lap maybe, and get some places near the end. What's Kami's doing? He's an absolute maniac. He's an absolute maniac. He is a licensed maniac. Yeah. I'm surprised your tyres degrade so much on the mediums. Hey, Mr. Scene. Who's Jackson? I don't know who Jackson is. Who's Jackson? And it's not Jackson. Jackson, it's Rasmus. That's the chant. No one likes Jackson. He's shit. Yeah, so we've got a three-way tie for the lead here. Four-way. AJ getting jumped. These soft tyres showing how quick they are. But it'll come back for AJ later, just keeping it consistent as you're going round. Wayne using his tyres on Devils, who's got softer tyres. Devils got old hards. There's no way he's going to fight that. Okay. Jax Daniels, good day. Doing well currently in P13. One of those that's got a penalty, so they will take effect later. But yep, keep going rounds. One or two might make a mistake, so can jump up one or two places. It did start from the back of the grid, so I reckon if he had a bit of quality, he'd start a little bit higher and be a little bit higher. And Katz and Bar just taking Barca coming around the centre S. He's one going to take him back coming up. I'll open up the DRS, up the Rita Aposta. Is he going to try and take it? Katz is battling. But it just has enough. Great battling there from Katz on the harder tyres. Barca's going to want to make use of the medium compounds. But it's a tricky one to overtake. So Wesker up behind AJ. No, he's not. Who am I looking at here? Oh, he's lapped. It's Jesper. I've got confused. Big Raki and Kiza having a good battle, forcing him wide. That probably was a little bit risque, but keeping the position. I don't know if Kiza will be too happy with that. Ox taking Amadi and Abamako and taking fastest lap at the same time. He's got Portuguese ahead of him and will have DRS. These soft tyres are mega. How long will he be mega for? We'll see later on. But he's coming up. Amadi. Beast is battling. Oxos trying to take him in the outside, but Beast keeps position, forces him wide. Oxos getting another penalty. I think he'll be a bit... Oh, what's he doing there? Wheel to wheel. That doesn't look tasty at all. And I'd have to say that was a little bit of his own doing there. He didn't like getting pushed a bit wide and went bumping a bit too much. He should have kept his head, stayed in position. He probably didn't like that penalty. But you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, definitely takes himself out of contention, drops down to P5. He's got the tyres on AJ, so he has a potential of a P4, but he's got to eke up that 8-second gap I think he's got now. Yeah, that was your own doing, mate. I'd agree it was a bit harsh going wide, but getting pushed wide, but you battled too much there. Jumping up to P4. He's going to want to make that gap now and try and get back into contention. So we've got a front three here. Amadi currently in P1, Portuguese P2, and Adam Mako P3. Amadi currently looking favourite on his soft tyres, but 10 laps to go. They are going to degrade. Those hard tyres are going to look favourite later on. Same going for AJ. He's just going to keep going. He's going to be happy with that potential P4. Let's have a look who we've got back then. So we've got Kiza up behind Big Raki. Coming down the Rita Aposta. Not close enough to make the overtake. And who've we lost? It looks like a Haas. And Katamise. You're spinning. You're spinning more than a ballerina because you've got no grip. Get in those pits, mates. 24 laps on soft tyres. Get in those pits. Do as you're told. I'm telling you now. This is an instruction of get in those pits. Get in those pits. There we go. That's a good boy. Come on. You can't go on softs either. You've done 26 laps on softs. If they ain't got 90% wear on them. Crazy. I don't know what you're doing today. But anyway. Go on those mediums. Have fun for the rest of the race. Right, yeah, we've got the top two there. Adamako has dropped 2 seconds. I wonder if he's had a little bit of a wiggle somewhere. Dan Morris jumping up. Jumping up ahead of Lindsay Zukin, who's actually gone in the pits. He's going to want to go on some softs, try and maybe get a fastest lap. He's currently with Ahmadi, I think. Jax has overtaken him up to P12. Cameron has jumped on those mediums, so yeah, strange race some of that guy. Strange race. We've got Katz, who's right up behind Barca. Barca is on a penalty, so Barca has jumped in, but Katz is going to want to take him. And another penalty for Jax. He's not going to want that one. He will play part later on. Will we see Katz do an overtake here? Wayne with another penalty. Wayne can have the high one. Wayne's got a penalty. No, he's not close enough to make that overtake. He's probably saving his ERS for later on. Wants to stick with him and not battle too hard. I'll say Barca is within distance of Wesker, but the tyre wear, the tyre life is pretty much the same. So I think his wear will be a little bit more. So Wesker should be quite safe in no man's land there, going to a comfortable P6. AJ has dropped off Oxox now, 3 seconds. Oxox is going to want to make up another 5. It's going to be difficult later on the race, but he's accepting that challenge. Adamako lapping Devils. Ahmadi has dropped Portuguese out of DRS zone now, so if he can maintain that distance, he will be race winner this week. Definitely Joe's the best strategy so far in running out those mediums. I think Portuguese trying to make that overtake. Oxox jumping Adam up into P3, but he's got 8 seconds to make up. So Adam, if he can stick with Oxox, and Cat's making that overtake. Coming down into turn 1, but Barca has actually jumped into the pit, so those tyres are not going to last. These guys that have gone for the 2-stop strategy, it's definitely the wrong one. You definitely want to either do a mediums to softs or halves to softs, or vice versa. But he's jumping onto the softs, currently in P11. But as we've seen, the softs are absolutely mega. So he will be jumping up, as you see Linzukin just taking Jax on those soft tyres up to P12 with a great overtake. He's going to pull a gap. Who's hand sector through? We lost there. It's a Ferrari. It's not Ahmadi, is it? Ahmadi has lost traction and dropped down to P4. That's a big incident. He's also got no ERS. What has happened to him? I think he was pushing so hard to get that gap and has lost traction with AJ right up behind him, who'll have better tyres, you'd like to think, in another 4 or 5 laps time. So he'll stick with him, but Ahmadi will be absolutely gutted, which means that Portuguese, he's comfortable in front now. He's 3 seconds ahead of Oxox, who's got 8 seconds penalty. The only one that could challenge him now is Adamako. If Oxox could pull Adamako closer on his softer tyres, which he is bringing that gap down, we might see a bit of action. And I'd say near the end. I don't say it's tricky. It's bumping up and down depending on the corners, but it'll be interesting. But Sygate getting lapped there. Who we lost there now? Don't tell me it's is that Wayne. I was gonna say, don't tell me it's Ahmadi again, but it's not. I think it was Wayne. Not to the win. Let's see who we've got. And Ahmadi taking AJ down, coming around the centre S. He does have no ERS. So AJ might want to take the place back. He is on hard compound tyres, so it might be a little bit difficult. Opens up that DRS, but I don't think he's close enough to do it. So stick with him round sector 2. And might want to take action after turn 12. Right, who we got? It's close. We've got AJ close. We've got Adamako sticking with Oxock, who isn't breaking that gap. It's still sticking around that 3-second mark. So Portuguese is looking comfortable. He isn't P1 on his own doing. He has capitalised on other people's mistakes and battling Oxox with his battling and penalties. And Dan battling there. Faster overtaking him down the Rita Aposta. As they're just coming back the door now. I love this corner. You just let off a little bit and then you put your foot down as much as possible and go wide as possible. And then it's a quick sharp break and we've got in sector 2. Slow. Looks like it's not Linazukan. It's Linazukan who's lost traction. He's had a bit too much for that Colin McGregor whiskey, which apparently is shite. I mentioned in the chat I've tried his stout, which is all right. It's quite, if it sounds correct, it tastes quite thick. Like compared to a Guinness, is nice and smooth and just flows down. But the Conor McGregor stout is quite filling. Like I don't think I could be on it all night. Where you could probably do like 8 or 9 Guinness. So. But yeah, he's never actually said what the whiskey was like. He just asked what it's like, so I don't know if he's actually tried it or not. But at least he's on the track. But remember, kids, don't drink and drive. It's against the law. And also, don't drink and commentate, because no one can hear you. Lol. Right, so let's have a look. Right, we've got AJ. Oh, I think that was a back marker. I'd be going there. I thought another one's gone. We've got AJ up behind my team. We've got Adam up to go behind Oxox. We've dropped the gap slightly, but I don't think they're going to make it. We've only got 3 laps left. We're on lap 33. AJ sticking with Amadi. He's maybe wanting to wait until last lap to make the jump. On those hard tyres, it's going to be tricky to stick with him, but he's doing well. With those soft tyres, may drop off, but I don't know what the tyre life of them is really, because Academy's on the 24 laps. Is that so mental? So yeah, we'll go down with 3 laps left. Portuguese 2.5 seconds now, so that gap has dropped. Are they pushing the last couple of laps to bridge that gap? Got Oxox in P2, but he will drop down. Linzukin with a penalty. Whiskey boy. Oxox will drop down with those penalties. He'll drop down quite a few places, so he's not on the podium. So we've got Adamako currently P3, Amadi on P4, and AJ P5, sticking close. He's eyeing that. He's sniffing that podium. It'll be his first podium of the season, I believe. So he'll be sniffing that one out. Wesker P6 on No Man's Land. He'll be happy with that though. Overall, Cats on P7 again, No Man's Land. But again, he'll be happy with that. It'll be a first finish of the season if he can keep it on track. Big Raki, 12 seconds behind with Barcelona on softer tyres. He is susceptible to an overtake, if not now. Down on Rita Aposta. We'll stick with them for now. Giza on P10. He'll be happy with the top 10 finish on his first race, but he does have Dan Morris right behind him. Old head on Big Raki with a penalty. Oh, that's not going to help him. He might as well let Barca pass now. He's not going to pull 3 seconds on him, but Barca with the overtake. That's a great overtake. Big Raki give him a little shunt around the corner of a get out of my way, but yeah, he's not gonna. There's no point in battling now with P9. Dan Morris, up behind Giza. He'll stick with him. He doesn't have the penalty, so there's no room to fight it. But he's gonna want to have those bragging rights. Catamies with another penalty. He's had too much catnip today, definitely. He's had too much. You need to lay off. It's not mine. It's not mine. We've got Lindsay in P12, and Jack's just gone into the pits, jumping on some softs. He's going to want to go for that fastest lap point. He's going to want that bragging right. He's coming out, and he's got a bit of a gap ahead of Cygate. But yeah, P13. Cygate, No Man's Land himself, to be honest. 7.3 seconds behind. P14. Way into P15 on his first outing. Quite a few penalties as well. But I think he'll be happy. And Dan Morris taking Giza. Giza fighting a little bit, but Yeah, you're not going to win a battle too far around the centre S's. It always ends in tears going around there when people battle. Don't know how much DRS is going to be able to use to try to... yeah, too far behind. We've got Devils. Had 1 or 2 spins, but keeping it on the track, he'll get a few points for finishing. And then Katamis on last. Yeah, his strategy is all wrong. He's I don't know what's he's gone. I don't know why I didn't just stick on mediums. I have no idea. Strange. It'll be an interesting conversation with him afterwards. But yeah, AP18. So yes, final lap of the race. Portuguese P18 coming down the Rita Aposta. And Adamaco taking Oxox for track position into P2. There's no point in Oxox trying to fight it, apart from bragging rights. But he does have those penalties. But Adamaco will be well chuffed with this. AJ right up the rear end now of Amadi. He's going to want this podium position. But let's just keep following round. He's going to stay with him. He's going to want to stay within a couple of tenths and get that traction. Those soft tyres must have worn a little bit. And that's Calmes spinning out on final sector. But we'll just watch as he comes out of junction. Congratulations, Portuguese Beast. Consistent, solid run to get his I think it's third win of the season. Congratulations. We've got Adamaco with Oxox right behind him. Oxox hasn't saved his penalty, so he will drop. Amadi taking P3. AJ not managing to make the overtake. Finishing P4. We've got Wesker coming home in P6. Cats P7. Barcelona coming up. Turn 15. That last kink with a solid P8. Great run from him. Big Raki. P9. Great run from him as well. I don't know if he'll get jumped to penalties, but Dan Morris, if not, will finish P10 with Kisa behind him, just outside the top 10, but I think he'll be pleased of finishing the race. And then we've got Lin Azukan, who should be the last driver. So, Devils dropping on penalties by the looks of that. And Lindsay from the last one finishing. So, yeah, we had 1 or 2 incidents. I think there'll be 1 or 2 conversations had, 1 or 2 submits to the stewards room. But what a great race there. I'm lost for words. I'm absolutely lost for words. That qualifying was one thing to behold. Now, what's in the bowl? I like to guess what's in the bottle. It's not champers. Let's not be boring. Congratulations there to Portuguese Beast for his P1. And they're going to be shaking it up. Come on, let's do it. Shake those bottles. It's not champagne. It's Caprinas. They have Caprinas in Brazil, don't they? Get that down your neck. Ooh, he's overexcited. Calm down, Amity. Great race. We had some fantastic overtakes, some great racing, and quite a few incidents which affected the final result. So we'll go through Portuguese Beast, P1, great finish from him, and Adamaco P2. He'll be absolutely chuffed with that. And Amity rounding off the podium positions. AJ with P4, so close to that podium. He'll be a little bit gutted, but also happy finishing. Oxox P5 dropping on penalties. He'll be in the stewards room potentially. Wesker P6, Cats P7. Barcelona will be a little bit unhappy with that P8. Big Raki, and then Dan Morris round off the top 10. Keys Giza P11. Lindsay can be 12, Jax, Jesper, Cygate, Wayne, Devils, Mad Academies, and then they're retiring from Captain Chubbs. Chubbs being Chubbs. So, thank you everybody for joining us. It's been a fantastic week, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And it's going to be even more exciting next week as we are in the presence of the Japanese at Suzuka. So, have a good week, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. I shall see you soon. Goodbye.